All right, DC fans, here we go. We got to talk about the DCU and how James Gunn has successfully done in 3 projects what Marvel hasn't managed to do in 2 entire phases. Yeah, that's right. James Gunn's Peacemaker didn't just succeed, it redefined how you build a cinematic universe. And the craziest part, it did it while everyone was expecting it to fail. Let's be real, the superhero genre has been bleeding out for a while. Marvel fatigue is real. DC burnout was very real. But out of that chaos, Gunn stepped in, flipped the table, and somehow built a connected universe that actually feels alive again. The DCEU was this messy, tonal Frankenstein. Snyder's vision over here, studio meddling over there, soft reboots in between, more soft reboots on top of more soft reboots, and nobody knew what counted anymore. But Gunn walked in and he said, if it happens on the screen, it's canon. Boom, done, simple. And suddenly, everything clicked. And that's the key difference right now between Marvel and DC. The MCU used to be the gold standard. Remember when everything connected like magic? Phase 1 to Phase 3 was masterclass storytelling. Endgame, the ultimate payoff. 11 years, 21 movies, one insane crescendo of character arcs. Roger got his piece, Stark got his closure, Spidey found his heart. It all worked. But ever since then, the multiverse saga has been chaos. There's no connective tissue. We're drowning in solo projects that don't talk to each other. Eternals, forgotten. Shang-Chi, missing in action. Moon Knight, who's that? Never mentioned again. Even Brave New World and Thunderbolts, they're trying to glue this all back together, but it feels just so forced, like patching a sinking ship with duct tape. Marvel has more characters than ever, but less cohesion than it's had in a decade. Meanwhile, James Gunn comes into DCU and he drops Creature Commandos, a random animated project nobody expected, and boom again, we get Amanda Waller back. Rick Flag Sr., who's that? He's here. Cameos from Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the works. It's weird, it's violent, it's smart. Then of course Superman comes out, drops a Peacemaker cameo, ties in the Justice Gang, brings back Rick Flag Sr., and literally a month later, Peacemaker Season 2 lands and closes the loop with Superman, Supergirl, and the Justice Gang again. 3 projects, 1 year. Fully interconnected, easy to follow, fun as hell. This isn't the old DCU style of every movie is its own bio, good luck connecting the dots. This is calculated world building, and it's happening faster than Marvel's been able to manage in years. And you know why it works? Because Gunn understands something Feige seems to have forgotten. Connection doesn't mean chaos. He's not just throwing characters together for cameos. He's threading emotional and thematic links. Peacemaker's guilt connects to Superman's idealism. Amanda Waller's manipulation connects to Rick Flag Sr.'s legacy. The pocket dimensions in Peacemaker connect to cosmic possibilities in Supergirl. It's all layered storytelling, not spreadsheet storytelling. And the best part, as of right now, it's not even building toward one massive endgame. Gunn's not chasing another Infinity War. He's building a living, breathing world, a rich tapestry of stories that overlap naturally, like comic books used to do. Smaller climaxes, more frequent payoffs, and still a grander picture in the background. That's how comics work. And Gunn's the first filmmaker to make that work on screen without burning audiences out. Now look, Marvel's problem isn't talent. It's structure. Too many shows, too many characters, no focus. The DCU under Gunn has focus. It has voice. Every project feels intentional. We're not going to walk away from Season 2 of Peacemaker confused as to where it fits. We're going to walk away excited to see Supergirl, to see Man of Tomorrow, how the Justice Gang evolves, to see what the hell the QUC device means for the multiverse. It's fun again. The DCU is fun. And Gunn has a 10-year plan. Not 10 years of fake promises or empty logos, even though, some of the stuff he proposed is not coming to fruition. Besides all that, he has 10 years of actual connective storytelling. He's not trying to cram 50 heroes into one movie. He's letting them breathe, letting them build toward each other. When Supergirl drops, it's going to pay off the Superman tease, but it also is going to set up its own future, probably leading to its own spin-offs and maybe even a crossover way sooner than Marvel's been able to manage. See, Marvel revolutionized the shared universe concept, but Gunn is evolving it. He's saying every story matters, but every story also stands alone. You can binge the whole DCU or just pick one show and still feel satisfied. That's balance. That's how you keep the general audience engaged without alienating hardcore fans. And that's why right now, the DCU feels fresh and alive, while the MCU feels like it's chasing its own tail. Every DCU entry so far feels like it's part of a plan, and that's exactly what audiences need to rebuild trust. When you set up a payoff, you deliver it. No more broken promises, no more fake hype cycles. At the end of the day, the DCU has accomplished what the MCU used to do best. It made fans believe again. In less than a year, Gunn turned Peacemaker, a D-list weirdo character nobody asked for, into the cornerstone of a thriving cinematic universe. Think about that. The guy with the toilet seat helmet just did what the Avengers couldn't do for 5 years. That's insane. And the crazy thing that very few people seem to be talking about or acknowledging is Peacemaker himself. Like, Peacemaker is the glue to the DCU. We all talk about Rick Flag or Waller or Economos or Hardcore, but Peacemaker seems to be the glue, the connective tissue for the DCU. Peacemaker is the sleeper hit that proved Gunn could take the weirdest, most broken corners of DC and make them essential. When you look at how everything connects, Creature Commandos and Superman, it all loops back to the tone, style, and emotional core that Peacemaker established. It's Gunn's blueprint for how to make this universe work. This is a show that started as a violent, raunchy, offbeat spin-off and somehow turned into the emotional foundation of an entire cinematic universe. That's psychotic. But that's also exactly what makes Gunn's DCU different. Peacemaker doesn't just exist in this world. The show defines it. Every new project feels like it's riffing off that energy. The mix of humor, heartbreak, chaos, and hope that only Gunn can pull off. And if Peacemaker Season 2 lands the way it's shaping up to, if it really delivers on the multiversal threads, possibly an anti-life setup, Brainiac, whatever, and the emotional fallout from everything Chris has done, then this isn't just another good show. This is the start of something massive. Because when Peacemaker connects to Superman, and that starts feeding into Supergirl and Lanterns, that's when it all clicks. That's when fans finally see the DCU as one big, living, breathing story, not a collection of disconnected reboots. So yeah, Marvel had its endgame moment, but Gunn is about to have his beginning. Peacemaker is the real kickoff, the emotional, chaotic, beautifully human launchpad of an entire era. And when people look back a few years from now, they're not going to say the DCU started with Superman. They're going to say it started with a dude in a toilet bowl helmet dancing to hair metal, trying to be a better man. The superhero genre isn't dead. It just needed the right architect. And right now, that architect is James frickin' Gunn. And look, I've said this before, Superman, Creature Commando, Superman are the official starts to the DCU, but the kickoff really is Peacemaker and what Episode 8 is going to give us. From there, we're moving forward with Man of Tomorrow, with Lanterns, with Supergirl, and I cannot wait to see where we're going to go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you enjoying the new DCU? Did you prefer the DCEU? Look, there's so many movies in the DCU that I absolutely freaking loved. Man of Steel is one of my all-time favorite Superman movies. Batman v Superman, I'm big on that one as well. So let me know in the comments down below. We're just having a good discussion. I wanted to bring this up. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your time. Hit the like button and subscribe button. Until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.